I like myself a challenge, and because of that, I have gotten in a habit of playing Souls-like games, which are known to be pretty difficult. I like hitting my head against a wall and then finally figuring out and beating a boss. But once every blue moon, there comes a game that for some reason you just can't get the hang of. And exactly that happened when in 2022 Sifu was launched. Because people called it the hardest game ever. So naturally I downloaded the game. I started playing it and after 30 minutes I was like nope and closed the game never to play it ever again. But back then I was weak. Because now it's time to face my demons. I want to be ninja. I want to be ninja. I have played this game once before actually. But when I played that, I didn't really like it that much. Let's see how this goes now.
What's going on? Who are you?
This game doesn't wait and throws us right into the action. The game starts off with us going to a dojo for martial arts and just beating the shit out of everyone there. And after going through some rooms, we come across the master of the dojo.
Stop.
Okay, this guy looks hard.
Yang. Of course.
There's something off about their faces.
You've gotten slow.
Something about the modeling and the design.
You know why I'm here, don't you? Just step aside.
You were a mistake.
Oh shit.
I should never have taught you. Now you know too much.
I think we have to fight this guy. What are the chances I beat him first try?
By returning here tonight, you've given me a second chance. This time, I will do what I must.
Yeah. He's squaring up. About to fuck this old man. We get to know that our character and this master have some beef, so naturally they square up and we have to fight him. Oh, that was a special move I just did there. Wait. Did I get him? Wait, that was way easier. Oh, wait a second. I think we'll have to fight him again. I think this is the Genichiro kind of situation here. I thought this was gonna be a Genichiro kind of situation and we lose this fight, but surprisingly we destroy the guy. And interestingly, you can't even die in this fight. Okay, nice. I don't know why sometimes it won't do the finisher. I killed him. God damn. That should kill, right? That seemed like a cool kind of punch. Oh. But after finishing him with a very cool punch, we get to see that there was a kid hiding in the cupboards. And our character, after finding it out, orders his guys to just kill us. They won't kill a child, right? Oh, they will. And that's exactly what they do. And the screen fades to black and the game ends. But wait, we find out that the kid is not actually dead. Because this weird talisman that he had in his hands gives him the ability to be revived. And after waking up, he finds his dad dead on the ground. Truly a sad situation. After this, the game instantly throws us into a very Assassin's Creed style tutorial, where it teaches us some mechanics like parry and dodging, while we beat the goons one by one that killed us before. To be honest, this is really just a depiction of me fighting police with cool ass kung fu in my head right before going to bed. I know many of you can relate. After the tutorial, 10 years have passed, and we get thrown into the hub area of the game. And instead of playing as the character we were originally playing as, we are playing now as the kid. And in this dojo, there are a couple of things of note. Here we see a crime movie style board, which is this game's way of telling us the story using stuff we pick up throughout the levels, because everything we'll pick up will ultimately get attached to this board. And we can read about it. And in this hub area, there is a little tree that we can use to access the skill tree of the game. Now, before we move any further, I need to explain the very unique system that this game has when it comes to death and saves. So there are total 5 levels in the game, and at level 1 we start at the age of 20. Every time we die in the game, we have this death counter that ticks up by 1, and that value is added to our age. But we are revived back right where we died. Now if we die again, that death counter will tick up to 2, and then that number will be added to our age. So when we are revived, we will be 22. You can reduce the death counter by 1 every time you kill a boss or a strong enemy. But once you have aged, it will never go back. You can only reduce the death counter. So every time you die, you don't age as much. Because let me tell you, this death counter starts racking up. It's confusing, I know, I didn't understand it at first as well. And this keeps happening until we are 70 years old. And if we die then, it's game over and we have to start from the very beginning. That means we have to start from level 1 again. Every time you finish one of the 5 levels, you start the other level at the age you ended the previous level at. So if I want to improve my age so that I have an easier time in the later levels, I will need to go back to level 1 to complete it at a lower age so I can start the next level at that lower age as well, and then do well in that so I start the next level at a lower age. So you have to pretty much beat the 5 levels without reaching age 70. Starting the first level out, our main target is this one dude named Fajar. I entered this big apartment complex and started beating up everyone I saw. I was gonna follow a rule in this game, beating first and asking questions later strategy. It seems like this whole building was just owned and lived in by goons of Fajar. So I went around beating all of them one by one with this metal pipe that I found. I also came across this glass door that I needed a key to open, which I didn't have yet, so further up the building I went. I didn't even mean to do that, but our character just jumped buildings. After this came a very cool area. It was this long hallway full of enemies and the camera panned to the side and the beating began. This was so cinematic and cool, I literally felt like I was in a martial arts movie. Oh, I like this. Dude, the combat is so smooth. Damn. Kill him and then I'm gonna bounce on her. Oh shit, that broke. That broke. Okay, I got another one. Nice. Last one to go. That dude had more HP, I just noticed. Even though it was cool, it wasn't very tough though. I beat them all up very easily without really dying. Oh shit, we're already so low. Damn, how can I heal? The broom will save me. Definitely. After this I experienced my first death and my age went from 20 to 21.
We can't keep up.
Oh, damn, that was a nasty punch. But after that fight, the game gave me my first shrine. Shrines are places where you can get some upgrades according to your age, score or XP. Increase your stats like health gained from knocking out enemies, or reducing your death count to 0 if you really need it. But you can only choose one upgrade per shrine, and they carry over to the later levels once you select them. I chose to upgrade health gained by killing enemies so I don't die as much to normal enemies because there were a bunch of enemies spawning in right at once. After a bit more beating bad guys and taking a leap of faith again in another building, we came face to face with this big dude.
Shame I'll have to throw you back through it.
Ah shit. No you won't, fat guy. Come here! What? Oh. Okay. Wait, that wasn't that bad. But we made quick work of him. It seemed like in these buildings they were making fake money or something because I came across this room where they were, well, making fake money. And I died here again. But since I had beaten the bigger enemy before, my death counter was 0, so it only went up to 1 again. And now I was 22. And then I was age 24 because I died again. And it ticked up by 2. After that room, I had to fight these two guys that were tougher than the normal enemies, and defeating them gave me a bunch of
And
keys.
I bet your keys could have made things a lot easier.
Nice. I think defeating the bigger enemies gives me, like, my deaths back. Okay. Which will unlock the shortcut for us that we saw at the start of the level when we replay it, because item pickups are permanent. There was also another shrine here. I put this upgrade into weapon durability because I was using a lot of weapons to fight. And the very next room was a big warehouse with a lot of enemies, and worse, a lot of enemies with weapons. So while fighting them, I died again and my age went up to 25. And then 27. Until I was finally able to beat the room. Knowing I only had till 70 age and I was already on 27 in level 1 started to make me nervous. But that was short lived because that room was the last one in the level, and the game gave me one last shrine which I used to upgrade my posture or structure as it's called in the game, and then it was boss time. Do I have to like come back to... Okay, this is the boss arena. Damn. I wish I had a metal pipe to kill him though, instead of just a wooden stick. What the fuck? He's the one growing meth. Oh. There was something about this guy that gave me the creeps. I mean, look at that face. But this was everything we have experienced in the combat so far throughout the level, cranked to 100. He was breaking my structure with just a few hits. And on top of that, using the tricky cramped environment and literally vaulting over shit to kick me in the head. Which was so scary. So yes, I died again, aging me to 28. But as this was happening, I was also parrying him and damaging him slowly, getting his structure down as well. After him killing me one more time and aging me to 30, I was able to beat him. But lo and behold, of course there is a phase 2. Just come on. I should have known. He looks feral. And phase 2 was in some ways easier and tougher. Easier because the arena was more open and big, and tougher because he was way faster now and was doing a lot more damage due to him holding a machete. So I died once more, aging me to 32, and because I passed age 30, my health got permanently reduced and my damage got increased. Every time you age by 10, your health is reduced and you do more damage. But that was not enough, and he killed me again. Aging my character to 35, I was having such a hard time understanding his attacks and parrying them fast enough. So I died once again, I was 39, and started to get hella nervous. I am gonna reach 70 on the first boss. Luckily, I was able to beat him before dying one more time at the age of 39. Okay, finally. Don't tell me he has 3 health bars, please. Oh, yes. Do it! Do it! Fuck you!
If you're not on the list, you're not.
Oh. Oh, sorry. sorry, man. He was just a old guy I just punched in the face. I don't know. I think he was saying something, but I don't really know what he was saying. This guy is afraid of me. You know what? Fuck you too, man. You're not survivable. He got to like get punched.
Private party. Come back tomorrow.
Okay, I will come back tomorrow. Psych!
Back.
He has more HP. I thought he would have less HP.
Nerves get the better of you?
What did you say to me? I wanted to have a takedown so I could recover health. Damn. Next up is the club. And this level takes place in a club. What kind of ass script writing is this? This level kicked my ass. At the start of the level, there is only one guard at the front, followed by 2 guards in the reception area, which is pretty fine and simple. But right after that comes the main dance stage area. And this area had so many, and I mean so many enemies. Oh wait, they're squaring up. Nope, they are already squaring up. They're easy though. Oh, they are free HP. I'm gonna leg sweep this guy. Nice. And if that wasn't enough, right after you get done fighting them, the game throws at you an even tougher enemy right after that fight ends. Friendly. Never mind. I was gonna say she might help us, but hell no. Wait a second, she's a noob. Oh shit. Oh shit. And she ended up killing me, and this was brutal because I already had a pretty bad death counter, so it aged me by 4 years to 43. And then classic me trying to make predictions, completely jinxed myself, and the death started racking up. I need to kill this guy without dying. Oh shit, he got fired up. Ah man. Oh. I think this is the end, sportsman. Nope, I can't. I can't. And he scared me. Fuck. Don't turn into the bigger dude. Don't. It just starts to rack up. I guess we'll see what happens. Oh shit. Dude, it's just not working out for me. Can we fight another day?
She can't keep up.
Wait, am I dead? Am I dead? Yeah, I came over in level 2, in the 3rd room. Now, at this point in the game, I was pretty satisfied with the clearing of level 1 at the age of 35, because I wanted to try out how hard other levels were, before starting to grind and try to clear level 1 at a younger age. But dying this early into level 2, I knew I had to improve level 1 by a lot. So to the grind it was. But this time it was easier, since we had gotten the keys to the glass door. So we could now skip most of level 1 and we only had to deal with these 3 enemies and this room at the end of the level. The downside of this was that we would get less shrines, so in later levels we would have less upgrades. But I was fine with that. So I tried and tried and tried, and then I got this run. Nice. I got it down to 22 age. That's really good.
8 long years
I was
preparing for this.
absolutely ecstatic and I was very happy with getting 22 on level 1. That meant we were gonna have a much easier time in the later levels. So I went back to the club, now starting at age 22. And since because of trying level 1 over and over again, I had unlocked a lot more permanent skills, which made the second level a whole lot easier. I was beating guys left and right, and I beat this guy, and he gave me a keycard, which was a shortcut for level 2.
You were not supposed.
How the later parts of this level worked is that to get to the boss, I have to go through 3 trials. In the first trial, I had to fight a lot of enemies at once, normal enemies and some harder ones. In the second trial, I had to fight this lady with a staff, and she was tough because she was very quick, and she would keep tripping me with her staff. But I got it without too much effort. I knew I would have to replay the level anyway, so I was pretty okay dying a couple of times. In the third trial, I had to fight these 2 tougher enemies at once, but these guys were pretty easy to parry, so they didn't give me much trouble. And then we were on the boss of the second level, Sean. Kind of an underwhelming name if you ask me.
Sifu.
Oh, he said
My
the
arms
thing,
are
he said the
yours.
name of the game. Is he gonna take his arms? Oh, he burned them.
Leave.
Why don't I get any cool
Recognize that
superpowers?
uniform. It represents a school for the weak and feeble.
I'll show you weak and feeble pussy. Now this boss was hard. The first time I fought him, I got absolutely destroyed because every time he would attack and I would try to parry, he would break my structure and stun me and then do massive damage. And every time after attacking, he would jump back, enabling me to attack him at all. And I was stuck at this guy for so long because not only the boss was hard and I was having a hard time damaging him and learning his moveset, the run back to this boss was absolutely wild. Because to get to this boss, even with the shortcut, I had to start from the beginning, do this dance arena room, do this gym area, and you know how earlier I made the strategy of killing first, talking later? It absolutely fucked me here because later I got to know that you don't even have to fight anyone in this room and they just let you pass if you just ask nicely. And I was stuck because of this room for so long. After this room, you have to do all 3 trial rooms again as well. So issue was not just the boss, but I was also aging so much getting to it. After so many tries and so many bad runs and restarting, I realized I was missing a very crucial mechanic of the game. I was only parrying and blocking the enemies so far, but the game had another mechanic, which was dodging and avoiding. And avoiding an attack doesn't use any structure, so I knew what I had to do, and started practicing the dodging mechanics on the normal enemies while trying to get to the boss, without dying too many times of course. And in one of those runs, I got to the boss at age 24, and I was feeling pretty confident because in all the previous runs, I had managed to get his moveset down. So, I played the best goddamn Sifu of my life. Oh shit, dude, we can even beat him under 30. I just need to lock in.
Just the warm
Okay, we got him. First HP down. Last one is easier because the arena is bigger. Let's skip this.
You're almost as good as Yang.
Oh, he leg sweeped me. It's fine. We are so close to beating him. I think he just going to kill me now. Never mind, I caught him. 32. I feel like that should be good, right? For later levels. I know I can kill him under 30. I know for a fact I can do that. And after that long fought battle, I managed to beat him at the age of 32. And I was happy and closed the game for that. Next day, I opened the game and thought, now that I know how to avoid attacks properly, I wanna try the boss of the first level again. And while trying to replay it, me being me, I didn't read that the game was telling me it would override my progress and age of the second level too. And after fighting the first boss again and sadly doing it at the age of 24, when before I did it at 22, when I went back to select the third level, I realized all my progress has been reset. And now it was starting me at level 2 again with age 24. For reference, the last time I started at age 22. And I was so mad at myself for not reading what the game was telling me. But this was a blessing in disguise, because this invoked in me the gamer grind gene. I was mad at the game, and now I wanted to do both levels under the age of 25. So I got to work. After a few tries, I got level 1 down to age 21. And moving on to level 2, I was able to defeat Sean at the ripe and young age of 23. Starting the museum at an age of 23, I was on a high horse. I thought I had this game all figured out, and this was gonna be a piece of cake from now on. This level was absolutely beautiful, and since it was an art museum, it was filled with art and rooms with sculptures, paintings, and more. One of my favorite rooms was this, which had a giant kunai spinning and spilling paint all over the ground. Other than that, most of this level was just us going up the floors of this giant museum, and when I reached the top, this happened. Oh, it's making something. It's making the lady. Yup. Oh. What? I'm floating. This is so trippy. After this, I was teleported into a dark room where I had to fight waves of enemies, which included bigger enemies and the stronger ones we had encountered throughout the level. And at this point, I was getting nervous, thinking that I might have to do all this again each time I have to fight the boss. I thought for sure this would be the end of the level, but the level just kept going because after this, there was another sequence where the camera tilted to the side and I had to fight enemies in a long hallway. Now that I think about it, this reminds me of that game mode that used to be in Tekken 3, where you would fight enemies like this. But this area was also very beautiful visually. After some more fights and weird illusions that messed with my brain, we were at the boss of this area at the age of 33. Let's do this.
I do not want to fight you. That feeling of vengeance, it will not cease here. I speak from experience. Now leave, or be forced to.
Her weapon is so cool. I was ready to put all the things I had learned from fighting the last two bosses into this boss fight. For my first time fighting her, since I had already lost a lot of age going through the level normally, I was just trying to figure her moves out, so I have an easier time the second time I play it. But once I got her first health bar down, she turned into this scary as fuck demon
we already
lady.
have gotten her to like phase 2, which is already better than how we did on Sean. Okay, what's happening to her? Oh my god. Oh my god. That's terrifying.
I know 100 ways to kill you.
The first time I beat Kuroki was at the age of 50, and I knew I could do a whole lot better. So once again the grind was on. But I was super worried what the run back to the boss was gonna be like. To my complete surprise though, while playing the level we had unlocked a keycard, which let me completely bypass all the fights in the level and get straight to the boss instantly using this lift. And after the last level's insane run back, this was a blessing. So after doing 2 or 3 more runs of the boss, which is surprisingly not many at all, I had this boss down. I was reading all her moves and I was able to beat Kuroki at the age of 27.
I'll kill you.
Nice, 27 is good, easy. That boss is very extremely easy. I can get it down more, but I just don't want to. I think 27 is fine. I just don't want to grind bosses for no reason and like burn myself out in the game. I I might first end it and then try to do a perfect run, but yeah, that boss was pretty easy. Pretty cool boss though. I love the move style.
This boss I later got to know is considered to be the hardest in the game. What? Easy freaking game, bro. Who said this is the hardest game of all time? Now I was genuinely confused because I remember when this game came out, people said that it was the hardest game ever. And so far, once I had gotten the mechanics down, I was kind of breezing through the game. But anyways, on to the fourth level, which despite being called the tower, had nothing to do with being a tower. Because in the level, we had to go downwards instead of upwards, which I guess is a tower in reverse now that. But after starting the level, we get this scene.
What's this?
Look at your face. Not even a scar. Your family is certainly full of mysteries. I'm certain Yang would be thrilled to see you again. Unfortunately, I don't think you'll have that opportunity.
Bro, every boss has said that so far. Oh, what? As I was saying, every boss. Oh my god, there are enemies behind me. Is there a weapon here?
I was very amused by that magic show, so I started going down the tower. And it kept going down and down with rooms full of enemies and this really cool sequence where we had to fight on a falling lift.
There definitely has to be more of them here. Oh, I didn't even see you.
But when the lift reached the end, it looked like we were in some sort of a quarry. Now this area was extremely interesting because not only could you follow the path and go down normally while fighting a lot of enemies, but if you don't want to do that, what you can do is jump down this area right here, lose a life and add a number to your death counter, but in turn skip a lot of the level. So naturally I did that because we had a lot of lives to spare. And we got to the end of the level, where we had to take a leap of faith to get to the boss. This boss was an absolute joke, because not only did she have very little structure, her attacks were pretty simple as well. I did kill her the first time at the age of 63, but that was because I already had lost a lot of health in the level. So after trying a couple of times, I was able to beat this boss at the age of 30.
Nice. Now we'll have full HP. And our death counter will go down. Let's try to do it at 30. 30 seems fine. Nice. We got her at 30. Let's go. Nice. 30 is fine for me. We started the level at 27, ended it at 30. Last level, for last level, we have like 40 to go.
बस एक बॉस पे चीख के निकली यहाँ
नहीं
हाँ
नहीं वो बॉस नहीं था, वो रन बैक था. Basically,
Oh.
boss tak jate jate na, you have to kill a I started the last level at the age of 30. This was such an easy game so far. The only boss that gave me any problem was the second one, which was Sean. And that's only because I was missing a mechanic of the game. The last boss has to be the hardest boss I have ever fought. For this to be hard at this point. This level named Sanctuary seemed like a very posh rehabilitation center because most of it was filled with staff. And there were also some normal people just roaming about who came here to look for a cure for their diseases. This level was also the shortest because most of it was filled with empty rooms, with one or two enemies scattered around, in which was this yoga instructor that I threw down the ledge. After we came out into this open area, which had a few more guys and this dude with a staff guarding the boss room, I parried this nerd out the wazoo. And just that easily, we were at the last boss of the game.
He can't be
Yang.
that tough, right? He can't be.
Time has passed since the days I trained you. We were family. At least, that's what I believed. But then, during my darkest days, your father revealed his true self. He never cared about us. He cast me out. He abandoned us.
Oh!
Tell me, what would you do to save the
Motherfucker
people
just
you
crushed
love
a
from
bird in his hand.
Wouldn't you cross every line? Break every rule?
What are you yapping about, dude?
Wouldn't you challenge death itself?
Oh, what? I guess he didn't.
You want revenge, little brother?
He actually does look like Jesus.
Show me.
Oh, I'm so nervous.
This boss was a little bit of a skill check because that focus bar we have been using to trip enemies, I couldn't do that on this boss. In fact, I couldn't do any focus attacks on this boss. But still, this boss wasn't too hard because all his attacks were parryable and dodgeable and they were very easy. He had this one attack where he would do like 3 or 4 attacks at the same time, and if you just spam the parry button at that time, you would just parry him and stun him for a moment to attack him. So since we grinded the previous bosses and had a lot of lives, I was able to beat him on my first try.
In the end, you're still that same child I knew. Helpless. Like the night I killed your father. You're here, in front of me, only because of this pendant. But what if I take it from you? Will you fear death once again?
You sound like the frightened one to me.
Hard enough when you were young. I can see.
But he has another health bar left, which I'm pretty sure of. Yeah. Because it's my first. Okay, third phase, let's go. Easy. Oh wait, I broke his arm. Yeah, he's gonna power up. There has to be a third phase, right? Wait. What the fuck? There isn't? That boss is easy as shit. There has to be. I think they are faking me. They are faking me out here. Attack me from behind. Attack. What? Yeah, it's gonna come up after the cutscene.
You were supposed to guard the talisman, not steal it.
It's the only way to save them, Sifu.
You failed to honor your oath.
By the way, at this point in the story, I have no idea what the story is of this game.
He who has Gong Fu and Wu De makes the other know he can break him. His hands go out like lightning, and the other doesn't want to fight anymore.
To my absolute surprise, there actually wasn't a phase 3 because I was waiting for it and it never came. But after beating the game, our dad tells us that fuck you, you killed everyone, you weak as shit dog. So to get the true ending and make our daddy happy, what we need to do is play through all of the game again, and instead of killing everyone, we need to spare all the bosses because that is voodoo. How you spare the bosses is simple. In their second phase, you need to break their structure but not take them down, because of which they will recover some of their structure back, and then you need to break their structure again, being careful not to damage them too much so they don't die on you. And once you break their structure again using parrying or dodging or whatever you can, the game will prompt you to spare them. So off to the first level I went. This time around I was pretty chill with the whole thing and was breezing through the game again. I did the first boss and managed to clear it at the age of 22 again. While fighting Sean, I broke his structure once and was trying to break it again without damaging him, and decided to use a focus bar to trip him so it can do structure damage. But for some dumb reason, game took it as damage and killed him instead, so I had to do him again. Harder this time. And managed to wreck his shit at age 25, and then be the bigger person and spare him. I think I'm starting to understand Wude now. And then we were on to Kuroki. Now this boss, when before didn't give me any trouble, this time around I couldn't even get past phase 1 without dying so many times. I think this was the game's way of humbling me. But still, after a few tries, we managed to spare her at the age of 31.
Nice. Easy. 31 is fine. I could not beat her for some reason the second time. The first time I went through her like a breeze. Damn. Oh, such a cool scene. That was my favorite one.
The tower was a complete walk in the park because not only the run back is easy enough, especially with the deathscape, the boss itself has very little structure. So it was very easy to whittle it down, and we managed to spare her at the age of 35.
I think I can beat the boss at 35 age. She looks so sad. What was that face? She just looks disappointed we didn't kill her.
Now on to the final boss again. I again had a lot of lives to fall back on, so I wasn't too worried about Yang. It took me around 2 tries, but eventually I spared him too. Now remember how I was saying the last boss has to have a phase 3? Well, the game fucking answered, because in the true ending, there was a phase 3. In this phase, you can't die though. But when I tell you that this is the hardest thing I had done in the game so far, I fucking mean it. Because this guy was doing insane amount of posture damage. And every time I would fail to dodge an attack, his structure would go down drastically again, having me start from the complete beginning. And while doing this, I was streaming to a couple of friends of mine in Discord, and they kept making fun of me, which was not helping at all.
Osama giving everyone blue balls here.
I am trying.
I like it.
Dude, he keeps doing that shitty attack, dude. Come on.
Oh, this game is too easy. This boss is.
It is easy. It is easy though.
Just because they give you so many lives, that is why it's easy. You are stuck here until you get
You know what?
good. Don't worry, the Asian Jesus will heal him.
Nah.
Oh shit.
I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and you're still here.
Dude, if you guys were just cheering me on, I would have done it.
Nice.
Finally, dude! God, I fought this fucker for like 15 minutes! God damn! Oh, I have. Oh my god, that was making me nervous, dude. I just had to start avoiding that kick attack. I was just not doing it. Oh my god, that was the toughest boss in the game. That stamina bar.
This is
who we have forgiven him, and we are old as fuck. Oh shit. Oh, what? You still die?
But finally, after being in a stalemate with this guy for, I kid you not, 15 minutes straight, I logged in and I was able to dodge the attacks perfectly and finally kill him once and for all. Except I didn't, because in the true ending, I just die myself after sparing everyone and I reach heaven to find inner peace or some shit. I have no fucking clue what this game's story is about. Fuck this, I am done.